Hey yo, what's going on, YouTube family? I am Yogi Lox, the Ayurvedic chef. Thank you for tuning in to another Lox the Chef joint, where we cook up food for consciousness, body, and spirit. I was inspired to talk about this new NFT that McDonald's is launching off the back of the McRib. Right? Now granted, I haven't eaten a McRib in like God knows when, right? But I do remember eating it back in the day when I was a young person, like the 90s, right? I remember like all of the fanfare behind it, and then they eventually, put it out as a, exclusive item that only comes around like once a year, all that stuff. Whatever. I had stopped eating McDonald's for a long ass time, and so it didn't even really apply to me anyways. I wasn't caught up in the hoopla and the fanfare, what was going on, right? But, fast forward to now where we're in November 2021, right? And we have the future upon us, right? Basically, where you have cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, right? Now, what makes this interesting, right? Because, not only is PayPal and all these other things, accepting cryptocurrencies right now, but we also see that, we have NFTs, right? Selling for millions and millions of dollars. It's a very interesting thing right now, interesting times, because now we find it going from something that was very exclusive, if you may, where you had the early adopters and all of that stuff, to now it's coming out into the masses. Like even Reddit is like coming out with a system that's gonna bring all of its like 500 million users to the cryptocurrency space. Which means this thing is rolling, right? This thing is gonna go forever. So, knowing that McDonald's is a company that targets young children,
innocent children like this right here, well, maybe not that innocent, but
they come at the little kids first, via Happy Meals and all of that stuff. As the kids in this age, 20 years down the line, mature, NFTs, cryptocurrency, all of these things, augmented reality, virtual reality, all of this stuff is going to be normal to them, if you may, right? So for us now who are a bit older, right, who may not understand what's really going on, I hope that this video can at least enlighten us a little bit on what's going on and how McDonald's is combining themselves or just jumping into that crypto blockchain NFT space. And that's going to be big, because when McDonald's starts accepting, cryptocurrencies, as form of payment, it's going to be over. For real. It's going to be obliterated. All right, let's go. Yo, Lox, what is an NFT?
according to Wikipedia, a non-fungible token, NFT, is a unique and non-interchangeable unit of data stored on a digital ledger, also known as a blockchain. NFTs can be used to represent easily reproducible items such as photos, videos, audio, and other types of digital files as unique items, and uses blockchain technology to establish a verified and public proof of ownership. Copies of the original file are not restricted to the owner of the NFT and can be copied and shared like any file. The lack of interchangeability, fungibility, distinguishes NFTs from blockchain cryptocurrencies, such as, according to the McDonald's advertisement and rules, a non-fungible token, NFT, is an intangible digital asset that exists by virtue of the ownership record maintained in the applicable ledger. The sweepstakes entities defined below have no control over, make no promises or guarantees with respect to, and will have no liability associated with the McRib non-fungible token or any winner's cryptocurrency wallet. They go on to say that the NFT is a collectible. The value of the McRib NFT can vary and may not retain its approximate retail value, as noted herein, and may lose all of its value. The sponsor does not and cannot guarantee the value of the McRib NFT. Winner agrees to assume all risks associated with the use and value of the McRib NFT. The winner acknowledges and agrees that the prize does not include or transfer legal title or interest in any the copyright or other intellectual property rights therein associated with the McRib NFT, and winners agrees to comply with all McRib NFT restrictions detailed below. Transfer of the McRib NFT by winner after receipt may require payment of a transaction fee, also known as a gas fee, to the platforms involved in the transfer, which will be the winner's sole responsibility and will not involve sponsor.
So, with all that being said, McDonald's is issuing out 10 NFTs of the McRib that currently have a ARV or approximate retail value of only $20. So in essence, they're only giving out $200 worth of NFTs right now. And you have to get it through Ethereum and all that other stuff. But the funny thing is that with that being such a low number of NFTs being issued, the price of it can actually rise, right? Especially if they were to do something like put a utility behind it. And what that would mean is saying, you know, now that you got one of these NFTs, every year that we roll out, you know, these McRibs, you can get 5 free a day until the promotion ends, right? Of the McRib sandwich. And adding that utility to it increases the value like exponentially. You don't know if they want to do something like that in the future or play with it. Y'all gotta check out this especially very funny advertisement that I found on the Simpsons, which was paralleling the McRib, but they call it the Rib Witch, right? So this thing is crazy how they had it, right? But here it is.
We start with authentic, letter-graded meat and process the hell out of it until it's good enough for Krusty.
Try my new crusty riblet. I don't mind the taste. Ooh, a new hamburger sandwich.
Well, I can't wait to pack that into my colon.
Dude, take it easy on the fatty foods. You're running out of leg veins to transplant into your heart.
I got arm veins, don't I?
Yes, sir.
As you can see from, you know, that little ad on that Simpsons show, man, they wasn't even playing around, and even, you know, as the Simpsons do, like, look forward as far as future shit, put it in the episodes, and then you might see stuff like that coming true. It's very interesting how they do that on there. So essentially, since the pandemic started, right, back in, I want to say even like March 2020, what you had is that McDonald's company actually did take a little hit in that first half of the year. But as the second half of the year, up until today, or into the third quarter of 2021, McDonald's has been able to make at least $20 billion in revenue globally, and at least $90 billion, you know, through their system-wide sales. All right, and that's especially through what they call their MCDs, but their D in the D, right, focuses on 3 aspects, which is digital, delivery, and drive-through. Now, through those 3 things, McDonald's has been able to keep themselves afloat throughout the pandemic because, you know, people ordering, you know, on their phone, go pick it up in the store, or do curbside pickup. You know, that was a big thing. You had the drive-through, and as far as drive-throughs are concerned, McDonald's has the most robust system, you know, as far as that. And you've seen like long lines during the pandemic, of people sitting in the drive-thrus, especially when the dine-ins were closed. And then you had the delivery, where, you know, with them partnering up with like whatever, Postmates, Grubhub, DoorDash, you know, you had people delivering like McNuggets and hot and spicies and like Big Macs and all this stuff that people was ordering, you know, through for McDonald's through the platform. And so that still got their food out, you know what I mean? So McDonald's was able to like take somewhat of a hit, you know, when the pandemic started, but with it, everything, you know, people gaining more of a sense of what's happening, like, you know, them sealing the bag up, they started making money again. Now, I definitely want to say this. Something that actually really caught my eye when I first heard about NFTs or non-fungible tokens was how they have the word fungi in it, right? And knowing how mushrooms and the mycelial network works, you know, it's very interesting that they put that name in there. Because when you think about fungi, whatever you want to call it, and how they grow, you never actually find just one mushroom growing. You know, especially in the wilderness or whatever. You know, it could be like one fat one, but still there's going to be more around. And so that means to me, right, that indicates how mushrooms have always been interchangeable. Now, with them putting non-fungible, you know, in front of the token, that especially means that, you know, it's not interchangeable in that aspect. You know, if anything, they're unique to one another, and maybe not each one are, any two are alike, if you may, right? And so that's very interesting, because with a limited number of, you know, non-fungible tokens, you know, prices can definitely go up, down, whatever, you know, based off of that market and how people are, you know, the demand for it. We also have like Nike jumping in. They got crypto kicks. NBA's got Top Shot with the cards and all of that stuff, the digital cards. Crypto Kitty, all of these things. They're like, the space is booming as far as the frontiers and everything that's happening. And so I encourage you to check it out. See it for yourself if there's something that you possibly, because you can also create an NFT, non-fungible token, and, you know, have your art out there. I believe Tory Lanez even like sold like 1 million NFTs of his album or something like that. So like the possibilities are endless. All right, and definitely wish y'all wellness. All right, one.